Everyone, good morning out on the West Coast. We couldn't have a better day than we have here at the Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The temperature in the low 70s, right at 72. And Hank Stram, you expect a better game than most people do.
I really think it's going to be a good game, Jack. Both teams match up very well. They have basically the same kind of a personality. And as a result, I think we're going to see a lot of excitement here and an excellent football game.
And the Eagles have won the toss. Mike Lansford will kick it off, and Herman Hunter is deepest for the Eagles. And there he is on the goal line, flanked by Evan Cooper and Andre Waters. Away we go, and we hope you enjoy it. And the barefoot kicker, Mike Lansford, who's been terrific for the Rams at the end of last year and again at the outset of '85, will get us underway. He's got about a 7-mile-an-hour wind, and Hunter takes it on the 9-yard line. He's to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. He ran one back for a touchdown against the Rams in the preseason. And the tackle was made by Nolan Cromwell. And we got a new quarterback into the game, Randall Cunningham. Henry? Here's the lineup. Cunningham at the quarterback. Ernest Jackson used to be with San Diego at the running back spot. Kenny Jackson, Mike Quick, the right wide receivers. John Spagnola, the tight end. And Michael Haddix is what they call their move back. And the line is Allen, Kenny, Dennard, Reeves, and Mitchell. Reeves is starting at the right guard rather than Ron Baker from their 32. Here's Ernest Jackson, stood straight up out at the 34-yard line. And we check the Ram defense. That tackle was made by linebacker Jim Collins. They have Doug Reed, Charlie DeJournay, and Reggie Doss up front. Excellent linebackers, Owens, Eckern, Collins, and Wiltshire. And the deep backs are Gary Green, Leroy Irvin, Nolan Cromwell, and the other veteran, Johnny Johnson. It's 2nd and 8. Pretty good haul over the left side behind Steve Kenny, way short of a first down. Jim Collins with another tackle. And that time running with the ball with Michael Haddix.
It looked like they ran a sucker play that time, Jack. Steve Kenny, the left guard, pulled to his right, and they ran behind him with the expectation that the linebacker would go with him, but he didn't. And for that reason, Jim Collins was right there to meet the play and make the tackle.
I wonder when we'll first see this new quarterback run with the ball, Hank.
We might see it right here in a passing situation. He has a personality, the kind of a quarterback that looks at the primary receiver. If he's not open, he's going to take off and run.
3rd and 3, and they didn't beat the 30-second clock. And that will make it 3rd and 8. Eric Harris and Vince Newsom have checked into the Rams' defensive backfield.
Delay of game, number 12. Offense, 3rd down.
I always blame it on the quarterback. I guess he is to blame, huh?
I guess. But they're sending plays in from the sideline, and sometimes, you know, by the time you get all the words in and all the signs in, why it takes a little bit of time for him then to transfer that information to the huddle, especially with a young quarterback.
Garrity comes out as a wide receiver to the left. Jackson and Quick are both to the right. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 8. 4-man rush. Here he comes. He throws, and it's incomplete, and time for the Eagles to punt the ball. He tried to get it out to Haddix, his running back. He was covered by Leroy Irvin. And we have a flag down, the first of the day. It's against Philadelphia. It'll be declined by the Rams, and we'll have a punt.
Looks like Kevin Allen, the left tackle, was holding Reggie Doss.
Number 72. Offense, declined. 4th down.
The rookie from Indiana, the number 1 pick of the Eagles, was holding number 72.
Watch him, 72, holding Jeter, actually, and you can see he definitely holds him. Then he holds him and then pushes him down to the turf. And he came over to the side. Everybody overran the play and didn't stay in their lanes. And for that reason, he had a lot of room to run, and he goes right down the field and changes the scoreboard.
Well, we know that Ellard can do that. He's done it before. I thought it was well covered as high as that punt was, but as you say, the coverage broke down, Hank.
You got to stay in your lanes, and they did not do that. Watch the wall. Now he gets a good block there. He bounces the ball. They all think the play is over, but see all the people in the middle? He runs to the outside. You see, you still don't see a white shirt. Finally see Anthony Griggs, I think, was in there, missed a tackle, and from there on in, it's the bye-bye Blues. He goes all the way for the touchdown.
And the extra point try by Lansford. He's 2 out of 2 on the year. And he makes it 7-0. Well, this is what happened to the Eagles last week against the Giants. They were behind by 14 points before they knew it. They're behind by 7 right now. Do you still think it's going to be a good game?
Well, there's a lot of plays left. There's about 128 plays left in this game, so a lot of things can happen. But lightning struck fast as the 4th of July here this afternoon on the very first play of the game.
And Ellard serves notice, so you better cover him, and you better not miss it. We have Lansford kicking off again. And Herman Hunter is deep again. Here we go as the Eagles have spotted the Rams 7. High kick, and Hunter will take it on the 10. Here we go again, folks, to the 20, 25, 30, out to the 33. And downfield for the Rams, Nolan Cromwell. Everything's happening. This is deja vu. And the Eagles go from their 33-yard line with their rookie quarterback. Well, this is what this new young quarterback did not need, Hank.
That's for sure, but I think with his ability to scramble, he's in there because they think he's going to be able to make something happen. Only time will tell how much he'll make happen.
Here comes Ernest Jackson, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, or perhaps for a loss by Doug Reed, and they like the way he's playing for Jack Youngblood at that left end spot.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and they think he's filled that vacancy extremely well so far. Talking about Randall Cunningham, I asked him yesterday why he wore number 12. He said, Joe Namath. He said, I'm even wearing the same color uniform, and I got the same kind of a face mask as Joe Namath. He's very, very proud of that, and that's his idol.
2nd and 10, and rolling right, getting away from the rush. He's going to run with the ball, and he can. Dives down at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. He can sprint. He's 6'4", 195. Jim Collins is his shadow today. Collins, the inside linebacker, will follow him wherever he goes.
He'll try to mirror him as much as he possibly can because they know that he has great escapability skill. One thing, as I mentioned earlier, Cunningham will go back into the pocket with the express purpose of hitting one receiver. If he's not open, he's going to take off and run. And that's exactly what he did on the very first play on the rollout.
Trying to get their first down. Cunningham drops back, and pretty good movement, and throws, intercepted. The Rams have it again. The linebacker Collins inside the 45 of Philadelphia. Well, Cunningham was 1 out of 7 against the Giants, and he had 1 intercepted. He's had 1 picked up today, and that's another thing he didn't need.
Well, that time what happened, Mike Quick was in the slot on the right side, and he runs an option pattern. If there's a hole there about 10 yards deep, he stays in the hole with the idea of getting the pass. But Collins was right there. He looked at him all the way, talking about Cunningham, got in front of the ball, made the interception. A very bad start again for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So we got a look at Dieter Brock now. Gooman is the up back, and Charles White the tailback. Very good offensive line. Here's the up back Gooman, and he is hit by Ken Clark, the nose tackle, and spun down after a gain of 2 yards. But the Rams go in and score again. Well, we could have a blowout here today as we check the offense of the Rams with Dieter Brock, 11 years in the Canadian Football League, first year with the Rams. Charles White. Mike Barber is the U-back. Henry Ellard, you've seen him already, and Ron Brown are the wide receivers. And this offensive line is as good as any in the league, anchored by Doug Smith with Bill Bain, Jackie Slater the tackles, Kent Hill, Dennis Harris the guards, and David Hill the tight end. Pass play by Brock to the right sideline, and a well-timed hit by Roynell Young, and he made the receiver Ellard cough it up. Defense of the Philadelphia Phillies. They use a 3-man front with Tom Struthers, Ken Clark, and Greg Brown up front. Their linebackers are Wilkes, he's probably their best, and Reichenbach, Griggs, and Cobb, the newcomer from Detroit. They miss Jerry Robinson. The veterans are Young and Edwards on the corners, and Ellis and Hopkins, the safety man, and Hopkins is my favorite. He can hit, Kenny.
He's a tough one, and the other thing that happens here, watching the defense of the Philadelphia Eagles on early downs, they play about 9 yards deep, Jack, so we're going to see them throw in front of them, I think, on early downs.
Dieter Brock throws for a first down inside the 30. What a well-thrown ball that was to Bobby Duckworth. Duckworth, number 82. Remember we saw him spike the ball on a Monday night before he got across the goal line?
I remember that. He didn't spike it here the way he caught it. They're in double zone this time. He makes an outside move and then breaks into the open area between the safety and makes the catch. The ball is right on the numbers. And, of course, Dieter Brock has great sliding ability. He's a great waiter. He waits in the pocket till somebody is open, steps up and rifles it. He's got a very strong arm.
Renard Wilson made the tackle. What a good throw by Brock. Here's Charles White hurdling for a couple over the left side as the play started at the Eagle 26-yard line. White had a great day for 83 yards against Denver. A rather unexpected great day.
And talking to him before the game, I was down the field with him and talked a little bit about the turf. The great thing about this Ram team, they're not concerned about synthetic turf. A lot of teams worry about it going from grass to synthetic, but this team doesn't. They know what they have to do, and they don't worry about it. They just try to get it done.
2nd down and 6. Brock's going to put it up. Looking outside. Chase dumps it and almost threw it right into the arms of Ken Clark, number 71.
He was trying to throw the ball in front of the defensive backs again that time, but Ron Brown on the left side, number 89, slipped and fell coming off the ball, so he had to change his option. And by the time he made that decision, they were both faded, and he threw the ball into the turf.
And Greg Brown, the defensive end, was on top of him, number 98. So it's 3rd and 6. The Eagles trying desperately to keep the Rams from getting another quick touchdown. Los Angeles already leading 7-0.
Boy, look at that middle. If he throws the ball, the middle is really open there in a double zone, double covering the outside people.
Newman runs on a draw. Dives down to the 17, short of a first down by about a yard as I view it.
One thing about the double zone, Jack, meaning that the two safeties are very deep and fading the outside, any kind of a pass or any kind of a run, especially if you break it, by the time the safeties recover, you've got a lot of running room and you run a straight line north and south for the goal line, and usually they can wind up being very big plays.
Evan Cooper prevented the first down with a tackle, and Lansford is in. He's kicked 18 out of his last 20. He's kicked 2 this year, 33 and 37 yards. Steve Dills will hold the ball, and it's a 33-yard try. Got the wind with him, and the visiting Rams are ahead by the score of 10-0. 10-0, and we have 8:31 left in the quarter. Plenty of football for you today on CBS. When this one is over, it's Atlanta against the 49ers. They both lost their first game. They'll be smarting. Most of the people on the West Coast will be watching that one, or the Giants at Green Bay. Here's Lansford with his 3rd kickoff, and Hunter with his 3rd return from the 10 to the 20, and did not get to the 25. Somebody stood him up in a big hurry.
There we see a
That was Kevin Green.
There we see a picture of Marion Campbell, and we talked to him yesterday, and there's a lot of speculation that he did not make the quarterback decision, that the owner made him make that change from Jaworski to Cunningham. I asked him about that. He said, listen, if he would have made me make that quarterback change, I would have quit right on the spot. It took a lot of courage to do that. In fact, the owner came to him and said, listen, I'm proud of you. It took a lot of courage to make that decision, but that's what happened as far as the quarterback situation is concerned.
First down pass from their 23.
Run.
Run. He loves to do it, and he got a first down, diving out across the 30-yard line near the 35, and Jim Collins, number 50, who is to chase him all day, and Nolan Cromwell were there for the tackle. But that kid's exciting, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He makes a lot of things happen. Watch Reggie Doss coming up in his face, and he gets between the linebacker and Reggie Doss, and he sees some running room and takes advantage of it. One thing about him, he's very decisive as far as making up his mind to run. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't do a little tap dance. He just takes off, and he got a first down.
How long will he last? That's a good question. First down, and Ernest Jackson has to work for about a yard. That's all. Hank, we just don't see people who run in such a fashion as Cunningham does. They get knocked down too quickly, they get hurt too rapidly, and they just don't last.
Well, when you're young, you don't know any better. And in this kind of a situation where they're desperately trying to find some kind of an offensive spark, they think he's going to create that situation for them, and they can just let him go and see what happens.
Wiltshire and Collins made that last tackle, 2nd and 8. Jackson the tailback, Spagnola the tight end, motion by Quick. And a pass, good protection, zings it over the middle and drop. That's another thing he didn't need. And that was Michael Haddix out of the backfield, dropping the ball, bringing about 3rd and 8. Mike Wiltshire was covering the back out of the backfield.
I tell you one thing, he's got a strong arm, Jack, and especially when he plants his feet and sets and throws, he really wings the ball. He throws it hard enough, I think he can throw a piece of popcorn through a wind tunnel and get it through there.
He could throw a baseball through a car wash and not get it wet.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 8. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. 10-0 Rams. Shotgun Cunningham. Zing, and it is caught. That's a first down. It is a first down on the reception by Mike Quick. And the tackle by Vince Newsom. Quick was a holdout at the start of the year. Got into camp late. And he played last week. Caught 3, and he catches 1 today.
You know, one thing about a quarterback like Cunningham, who has great escapability skill, there you see him in a slot formation. Quick goes behind the linebacker, and the ball is right there. He leaps out in front to make the catch, but the ball was right on the money. And the great thing about that kind of a ball, it has to be thrown number high when you're catching the ball in the middle.
And Ernest Jackson. Fumble, and the Rams have it. And a flag is down. Let's check the flag. Holding against Philadelphia, so the ball goes to the Rams. They'll have it on the fumble recovery. With 6:15 left in the quarter. Johnny Johnson recovered the fumble.
It looked like Mike Wiltshire made the hit, number 54.
You're right. Now there are a couple of flags down, so it may not be as simple as it first appeared. But there was holding against the Eagles, and the ball belongs to the Rams.
Holding,
Look at Marion
number 73, offense, penalty declined, first down.
They call it against Steve Kenny, the left guard.
Here we see the play. They called it really on Steve Kenny. He was starting to fall. The ball popped loose. And there you see the Rams recover the football, and they now have possession, 1st and 10.
Second turnover. An interception and a fumble. And there's Marion Campbell wondering how bad it's going to get. The ball is on the Ram 46. Charles White makes his cut, blows across midfield, and got some good yards. He got 6 yards, and Ray Ellis made the tackle. And now for an NFL update, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York. And it's 10-0 here, and it's 2nd and 4 Los Angeles. White again, and Greg Brown hauls him down for a loss. What a good effort on that tackle. He really stretched out. He's 6'5". He looked like he was diving into the water, didn't he?
Greg Brown, number 98. And I never see that number 98 when I don't think of Tommy Harmon.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing fine, I understand. I wanted to say hello to him. I didn't know anything about his operation until just recently. Came out of flying colors. He was my hero. I think one of the greatest running backs I've ever seen. Tommy Harmon, 98.
It is 3rd down and 6 at the Eagle 49. Peter Brock. And it's batted in his face, incomplete. He was thinking about catching it after Tom Struthers knocked it down. He decided against it.
You know, talking to Dieter Brock yesterday, with his size the way it is, he's not overly large or tall. He's 6'1", but you have to find the passing lanes when you're that short. And this time he did not find it. You see, he's back in the pocket, and all of a sudden, watch, the hand goes up, and the ball is deflected. Tom Struthers, number 93, knocks the ball down. But being that size, you really have to throw inside of that defensive end, into that lane, or else you're going to get him knocked down.
Here's Dale Hatcher, the rookie from Clemson, who punted 5 times last week with his first effort of the day. He has the win. Big rush, blocked. And the Eagles get it near midfield. They get it at the Ram 48.
Ray Ellis blocked the kick, I think, 24.
Well, they worked on that yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They got through there in great shape. Ray Ellis, number 24, came through there, took the proper angle, and blocked the kick.
And they get the ball at the Los Angeles 47. And that's the first turnover for the visiting Rams.
See, he comes from the inside, gets a good angle. A lot of times you'll take that course and run beyond the kicker's foot, and the kicker will get the ball underneath. Watch him. Here he comes, right in front of the kicker's foot. About 1.5 yards out in front. Knocks the ball down.
Let's see if that gives the Eagles a lift. From the Ram 47. Pretty good fake to Jackson. And the pass is good, and it's a first down to the Los Angeles 35-yard line, and the tight end Spagnola caught it. Tackled by Eckern and Collins. Well, that kid throws a fastball, doesn't he?
Oh, I tell you, he throws a torpedo, boy, that thing, and he doesn't throw with any wrinkle in it either. It's a perfect spiral.
Eagles trying to get on the board. A quick out to the right. Ready to the left. Spagnola in motion. Jackson ran into Eckern, and he is driven back. I know you really like Carl Eckern, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good linebacker. He's a smart linebacker, great leader. Reads well, makes very few mistakes, but he's right where the action is, right there in the middle where he belongs. He used to be a 4-3 middle linebacker. Now he's still in the middle on the 3-4, but he's very efficient, very effective, and reads blocks extremely well.
In the first quarter, as Brent Musburger told us, Detroit's ahead of Dallas 10-0. And Cincinnati goes ahead of the Cardinals 7-0 first quarter.
It looks like it's going to be another very predictable season, Jack.
Yeah. Rolling right, Cunningham.
Screen back here.
Look out, and it's busted up by Reggie Doss. He was right in the middle of things. Boy, that was a dangerous throw.
Reggie Doss was a policeman on the play. He was protecting the backside and almost came up giving him a ticket with the interception on the play.
I would imagine, Hank, with the Rams' defensive approach to contain Cunningham and keep him from running, those screens might be difficult to pull off today.
Yeah, well, the other thing that happens when you have a quarterback that runs like that, you know, regardless how hard you try to rush the quarterback, you mentally kind of fall off a little bit because you're always afraid of his running, and so you don't provide the rush that you want.
This is third down, 3rd and 8. 6 defensive backs. Right into the arm. He had a man wide open. He could have gotten it downfield to Quick, and he threw it right at Mike Wilshire, who didn't know what hit him. And it's 4th down.
That time he could have run the ball or throw the ball. That time, watch him. He gets back in the pocket. Look at the room right here. And he throws the ball on the move and throws it right to Wilshire, who should have come up with the interception.
Quick was wide open deeper downfield. This will be a long field goal try by Paul McFadden. It is going to be a 50-yard kick. Jaworski holding. He's got a chance at it. It's good. 50 yards by Paul McFadden out of Youngstown State, his first field goal of the year. Now that cuts into the Ram lead. 3:22 left in the first quarter, 10-3.
There he is. He attacks the ball well, keeps his head still. He's a barefooted kicker, as you can see. He's got a callus on his right foot from kicking so much barefooted. He didn't kick until he got to college. He was a soccer player. There's a picture of his foot. I don't know whether you can see the callus or not.
Here's the kickoff, and it heads for Gooman. He takes it on the 9. He's to the 20. Doesn't break him like Yeller, but he hangs onto the ball, and Mike comes out to the Ram 27-yard line. And the tackle was made by Elbert Fowles. The Redskins trying to bounce back ahead of Houston, which pulled off the upset last week, 7-0 first quarter. And the Bears trying to win their second in a row, lead New England. They're in the first quarter, 7-0. Doug Smith, Ken Hill, Dennis Harrah, Jackie Slater, Bill Bain on their own 27. Toss to Charles White. And he moves out to the 33. He got 6 and tackled by Wes Hopkins and Reggie Wilkes.
Talking to Johnny before the game on the field, we talked about White. And he said, really, he got a bad habit when he first came into professional football. He was trying to dance too much and try to be too fancy. He came back with the Rams, and John told him to just make a decision and run with it. And that's exactly what he's doing, and he's doing much, much better.
He doesn't break many, does he?
No, he doesn't, but he stretches that 2-3 yards to 5 and 6 or 7, which is very important.
Newman leading the blocking. Here comes White. He's in trouble. And tackled at the 29, short of a first down. Tom Struthers jammed it up, number 93. Watch White trying to pick his way.
Watch the penetration. Clark got penetration. And there you see the tackle from the backside. He had no chance whatsoever. Tom Struthers, number 93, finally made the tackle. But he had no chance whatsoever to make any kind of yardage on the play. Anytime you get penetration on the defensive line, you're in trouble.
3rd and 3. Toss to White. They knock Gooman down. very good play by Hopkins. He came up, Wes Hopkins, number 48, and he knocked the blocker Gooman right off his pin.
He did that, but I think they were in a formation that was very, very predictable. They had Gooman on the left side, way up in front.
Flag is down and talked about out there.
Way out in front of the tailback White. Their Tennessee.
Illegal motion, number 81, offense.
Their Tennessees.
Penalty decline.
Their tendency is to go to the short back, and that's exactly what they did. I think they read it beautifully, and that's why they got a jump on the ball, and that's why he was not able to make the yardage on the play.
Hatcher had his first punt attempt blocked. Back to get it is Evan Cooper. Very good kick. Way back to the 16-yard line. 20, 25. Near the 28-yard line. Cooper was tackled by Vince Newsom. Here's our score in the first quarter. There's the new owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, Norman Bremen. Caused a storm here. He's in the center of your picture there.
And that's Harry Gamble on his left.
And Mr. Bremen refused to bend his fiscal policies, and they still have Jerry Robinson and Dennis Harrison out of camp, and they made a trade of Wilbert Montgomery to Detroit for Gary Cobb, the linebacker, whom they now have. They had, at one time, they had 17 players out of camp. And there is the fellow who had to put up with all of that.
But in spite of that, Marion said the other day, in spite of that, we got to somehow, some way find a way to win with what we have, and that's exactly what they're going to be trying to do here, of course, naturally. Teddy Marchibroda is out in front of Marion Campbell, who was such a fine head coach for the Baltimore Colts for a long time.
Randall Cunningham is under center. And the timing was brutal as he handed off to Jackson, who got 2 yards out to the 30-yard line and ran into Sean Miller, who's playing the middle now for the Rams, number 98.
That was a bad mesh, which is very obvious between the ball carrier and the quarterback. Looked like he was trying to run through a revolving door.
Look what happened to all these holdouts. Moraldi was waived, and Robinson, Harrison, Joel Williams are still out, and there are more. Montgomery was traded at 17 at one time. Second down and 8. Might as well run, kid. Look out behind you. He dives down, close to first down yardage. Mike Wiltshire covered him, number 54. That kid's fun to watch unless you're playing against him.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, here are the other holdouts. Quick came back, and so did Edwards and Wilkes and Hopkins and Mitchell, but they had a mess during training camp. Did he get a first down? Yes. He knew where he had to go, and touchdown at the 39. Cunningham's likely to be the leading ground gainer today. He's carried 3 times for 28. Swings it out here, and he kept the receiver in full stride. And the pass play to Haddix was good out to the 45. Good throw. Gary Green covering.
That kind of a ball you have to throw about 1.5 yards out in front of the numbers so the back doesn't have to make any kind of an adjustment. That time he threw it perfectly right out in front so he could make that catch and run with it once he made the reception.
5-yard pickup. We have 1 second left here in the first quarter. So this will be the final play of the first quarter with the Rams on top by the score of 10-3. We've had some action here. Haddix is tripped up by Sean Miller in the backfield. There's Marion Campbell. He just made a 3rd and 1 call. Ted Marchibroda is his offensive coordinator. Calls the plays.
He calls the plays, and Jaworski sends him in.
3rd down and 1.
They'll look like they're going to go left.
Motion by Spagnuolo. And Jackson gets a first down. Ernest Jackson, the same who used to carry for San Diego. Why did San Diego let him get away, Hank?
Oh, I think they felt that they had some other backs. They have Tim Spencer, and they anticipate getting Anderson, I think, who played for the United States Football League. So they feel good about their back situation, plus the fact that Jackson is a very good runner, but he doesn't catch the ball very well. And as you know, the San Diego Charger offense is predicated on the fact that you better be able to catch the ball at all positions, receiver-wise.
of 8 for Randall Cunningham. 3 runs for 28 yards. And look, I thought he got out, but he didn't. He lost 5 yards. Jim Collins was there on top of him, number 50.
You know, I talked about Cunningham stating that he wanted to wear Joe Namath's number, and he was his idol, but he's a carbon copy of Joe Gilliam, who used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He throws like him, handles himself very much the same way, he's built like him, but as soon as I saw him, it made me think of Gilliam.
2nd down and 15. 6'4", 195 out of Nevada, Las Vegas. Randall Cunningham. And he's caught down at the 40. That's a first down. That is a first down. And Greg Garrity, who is a fine possession receiver, doesn't have great speed. He's shaken up, but he caught the ball for a first down. Good throw.
Watch Garrity come off the line of scrimmage. Irvin is playing the corner. He turns the shoulders to the inside. As soon as he turns, Garrity breaks to the outside. There's no way in the world he recovers in time, and that's how he made the catch. Look at the rush, 93.
Duckery got knocked down at the last moment, so it's first down at the Rams' 40. Look at that, wide open. And another first down by Mike Quick.
Quick is not wearing gloves today. Normally he likes to wear gloves. He wore them in practice the other day, and I asked him if he was going to wear them in the game. He said, nope, I'm not going to wear them in the game this week. I only wear them when it's cold. There again, good pass protection. Look, he steps up into the pocket, throws a frozen rope right on the numbers to Mike Quick. He maintains good possession, holds the ball well, and picks up another first down.
Now he's 5 out of 10 for 55 yards. Garrity was not hurt. He's still in there. He's off to the left, Quick to the right.
Got another sideline pattern on the left side. He wants to throw it in front of Irwin.
Quick's in motion. Look out. The blitz is on, and he gets away from 2. And he outruns Doss, and he gains yards, and he knocked down out of bounds. I thought sure I'd see a flag. Leroy Irvin popped him. I thought I'd see a flag, Hank.
I think he hit him right about the time he was starting to go out of bounds. It was a close call, Jack. Watch again. Going back into the pocket. Outside rush, and he evades the outside rush. The tackler slips off, and Irvin.
It's the second man there that I thought would get the flag.
Yeah, the second guy hits him low. Yeah, second guy hits him low. I don't know who it was. Irvin tried to hold off on the play, it looked like, and I'm sure that's why they didn't call it.
He ran to the Los Angeles 27-yard line, 2nd and 8. A long way to go for 2 yards. Better than the alternative. Oh, boy. He should have swung it out to major effort. Instead, he tried to throw it through traffic, and Mel Owens batted it down.
Well, the thing that happens, say again, he's a young quarterback, and even a lot of the older quarterbacks do this, but they don't come off the primary receiver. He's looking at him all the way, which attracted the attention of the linebacker Owens, and as a result, while he was over there in good shape when the ball was thrown, and almost came up with the interception.
12:24 left in the half. Rams leading 10-3 after getting out in front 10-0. Out of the shotgun, 6 defensive backs for the Rams. 3rd and 8. A good snap, and he lobs it down the middle. Incomplete at the 10-yard line. Throw it a little bit behind the intended receiver, Mike Quick. Quick did his darndest, but it was incomplete, and it's 4th down. Newsom was covering. Wilcher put the pressure on up front. And that's Quick being checked out.
Watch Quick, makes an inside move on Green, and he pops open down the middle, but the ball is thrown on the outside. He couldn't make the adjustment, and the ball falls incomplete. But he had a touchdown had the ball been thrown over the right shoulder.
Quick is still down with 12:19 left in the half. Doesn't look like he went down that hard.
I think he was all twisted in the process of falling, and that might have been a problem.
Did Quick turn the right? There's Marion Campbell wondering if he's lost his best wide receiver. Did Quick turn the wrong way?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think what happened, he went to the inside and then found out that he was going to pop free, looked over his right shoulder, and the ball was thrown a little. Watch here now. Now he breaks it, see, and the ball is thrown over his right shoulder, and he was really going straight up the field. The ball should have been thrown over his left shoulder.
And had it been thrown there, it would have been a touchdown. And Quick is still down. One thing about the officials, they'll give you all the time you need to get those injured players back together without rushing things. Quick has caught 2 for 22 yards. After we're through here on CBS, you'll see either the Falcons playing the 49ers or the Giants at Green Bay. Only one winner on the board. That was the Giants last week. The other 3 all lost. And the Rams are trying to take advantage of that opening game loss by the 49ers. What happened, Mike? We won't even speculate. Meanwhile, there is the place kicker, McFadden, who kicked one 50 yards a moment ago. Led all of the kickers last year with a tremendous percentage, 30 out of 37.
Talking to him yesterday at practice, you know, he didn't start to kick until he went to college, and he was watching the Eagle game, saw Tony Franklin kick barefooted. He thought it was a good idea, so he started to kick barefooted and had great success with it, and winds up taking Franklin's job here with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's now the barefooted kicker of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Those barefooted kickers tell you it doesn't hurt, but I can't believe that.
He told me that it just feels a lot better. There's a better feel in his foot, and it's a lot lighter than having a shoe on your foot. You get a better swing into the ball.
Here's a 46-yard try with Jaworski holding. Good snap. Jaworski got it down, and it is good again. That's some. With 12:14 left in the first quarter, so the kicker is keeping the Eagles in the game. This kid's been busy. McFadden will kick it off. And the deep men are Lynn Kane to your right and Charles White to your left. And coming up to take it is White, and he takes it on the 14, 15, 20. He did not get to the 25-yard line, and downfield for the Eagles was Andre Waters, a defensive back, along with Major Effort. Next Saturday on CBS at 3:30 Eastern Time, Georgia and Clemson. That's always a battle. There'll be some hard hitting there. In their history, they've split the 3 games, winning 1, losing 1, and tying 1. That's the sort of action you can expect next Saturday. College football here on CBS at 3:30 Eastern Time. The Bulldogs and the Tigers. From the 24, Leader Brock to the air on first down. Incomplete on a crossing pattern, which was well covered, by the way. He tried to get it to Mike Barber, the tight end. A veteran tight end, I might add, and Anthony Griggs was after the quarterback. He stays in there to the last moment, doesn't he, Brock?
Yeah, he does, and that's the thing about, you know, a quarterback that doesn't move well. He knows what his capabilities are, and he'll stay in the pocket a little bit longer. It looks like he can throw the ball in front of the defensive backs, especially away from the strong side of the formation, because the defensive backs are about 9 yards deep and invite you to throw in front. Now they're in a double zone.
Brown is to the left, Eller to the right. Barber in motion. Flags go down. Bill Bain couldn't wait any longer. Looked like Bill Bain beat the snap count. Boy, is he big, number 62.
Yeah, he is big, and I talked to Bill yesterday, and I asked him about how long he was going to play. He said, well, this
start, number 62, offense, second down.
He said, this might be my last year. He said, but as long as I can run 7 to 10 yards and make that trap block, he said, I'm in good shape. He said, I don't run the 40 very fast, but I can run that as fast as anybody on this football team, and as long as I can do that, I'll continue to play. And he said further, if I could just practice once a day next year, I might come back. But he said, considering the fact that Youngblood couldn't do that, I'm sure I couldn't do it either.
You'll never guess what happened to Mike Quick. He got paint in his eyes.
He got what?
Paint.
Paint.
Glidden Paint Company strikes again.
I didn't see anybody out there with a paintbrush.
Second, he'll be back. 2nd and 15. No pressure. Now there's pressure, and he swings it out here to Lynn Kane, and he does not get a first down. But it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Somebody didn't fade that running back, Lynn Kane, another Southern Cal product playing for John Robinson.
Well, there again, you see, Dieter Block got very deep on the pass that time and invited the rush. And once it finally started to come, why somebody had to be open behind the rush of the defensive lineman. And we saw Kane pop wide open and almost come up with the first down. But there again, that's the advantage of a quarterback who will hang in there tough in that run.
3rd down and 2. to hit. He hits his tight end, Tony Hunter, out of Notre Dame, and he gets a first down. Bad news for the Rams. They've lost Mike Gooman for the rest of the day with a twisted knee. That is bad news for them.
It really is, because he's a very steady, dependable back, and is that man in motion in the called the U-back. There you see Hunter make the catch in the right flat, and I talked to Hunter before the game on the field. He all smiles. When I asked about the trade, he just lit up like a Christmas tree. Very, very happy naturally to be with the Rams.
Very deep Charles White in that tailback spot. A la Dickerson. He made a nice move to get away from the linebacker, Wilkes, but he couldn't get away from the next tackler, Ray Ellis.
That's the nice thing about, even though it's a one-back system, they're still using the I formation principle, whereby the tailback is 7 to 8 yards deep. He's used to running from that position, and it gives him a lot better opportunity to see what's happening up front. With a big, strong offensive line, all he needs is a crack, and he's going to take advantage of it as best he can.
Second down, 6. Look at no pressure. And much too much time, and Ellard breaks a tackle, and he is down to the 30-yard line. Much too much time the Eagles are giving.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. He had all the time in the world, and again, the way the defensive backs play, they play very deep. Roynell Young was licked into play on an outside move. Watch. Clark is trying to put some pressure on him, but look how far he beats Roynell Young and makes a good move back to the inside, but he stepped out of bounds back
at the 37.
At the 37.
Henry Ellard returned to punt earlier for a touchdown. We have 9:44 left in the half. 10-6 the score. A draw play to White. He got off the mark good and dives inside the 30-yard line to the 29. And it's going to be 2nd and 2.
Here's a replay of the draw play. See the lineman set up very well. They do a good job of acting, and Hill, the tight end, comes through the hole and leads on a linebacker, and that was a key block that provided White with the opportunity to bust up there and make the yardage that he made on the play.
He's carried 8 times for 27 yards. Former Heisman Trophy winner.
Look at all the room on the outside now with those in front of the defensive back, Jack.
And Brock may look there also. He throws into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Roynell Young was trying to catch up with the play intended for Henry Ellard.
Ellard was running a post flag that time, and he did not sell the defensive back on the idea that he was really going to the post. He broke it off a little bit too quickly, and for that reason, he didn't have a good angle, and the ball was overshot.
Other games. Still Detroit 10-0 ahead of Dallas in the second quarter. And the Jets lead Buffalo 7-3 second period. Cardinals have caught Cincinnati 7-7 second quarter. Neil Lomax pass. 2nd and 2, and White did not get the first down. Did not get it. So a coaching decision here, and they'll probably try for the field goal with Lansford.
That was that counterplay with Kent Hill, number 72, and Bill Bain, 62, pulling from the left side to the right side. By the time they got there, he got a slow leak.
Tom Struthers got through and halted the play. Stop the clock still running. 8.5 left in the first quarter. The line of scrimmage is the 28. Steve Dills holding for Lansford. 35-yard try. 45 yards. Ed Brady will snap the ball. Good snap, good placement. Line drive. No good. A line drive kick by Lansford. And we still have our 10-6 score, and the Eagles, after falling behind quickly 10-0, very much in the game. 8:08 left in the half.
There's Johnny Robinson pacing up and down the sideline. I had a good visit with him before the game, and I tell you, the impressive thing about John, he really has a great understanding of what his people can do best individually.
He is patient. By the way, he's a new grandpa. He's very proud about that. New grandson. From the 28, look at there, Cunningham, and he underthrew his man. He tried to get it downfield to Herman Hunter, the rookie out of Tennessee State, who is in there.
One thing that you never expect from Cunningham, if he was going to be wrong, you would think with his strong arm that he would be wrong long. and he was wrong that time short. He had some pressure, and he didn't have his feet set and didn't throw the ball well for that reason.
Randall Cunningham starting in place of Ron Jaworski.
I tell you, he makes the sparks fly, doesn't he?
I need to be playing against him, and those defensive linemen get tired chasing during the course of a day. Outside and caught. First down at the 45 by Mike Quick, who is back in there. Has the paint out of his eyes. Made a good move and a good catch.
And the ball gets through there in a hurry. And again, as I mentioned earlier, no wrinkle on the ball at all. A tight spiral. Here you see the receiver coming off the ball. Mike Quick goes inside the short man, breaks to the outside, does not take a real sharp turn, but he doesn't have to because Gary Green is deep, covering the deep outside, and there's a lot of room between the two backs.
Another wide receiver, Kenny Jackson to the left side. He can fly. Here's Jackson knocked down in the backfield. Ernest Jackson hit by Mike Wiltshire, a linebacker, number 54.
That time they ran the counter with the left tackle, Kevin Allen, and Steve Kinney pulling on the play, but they got a leak on the backside. Watch the left guard coming, and he gets hit from the backside by Wilshire, number 54, who pursues the play very well.
The Eagles are still playing without Ron Baker, their starting right guard. Ken Reeves, a rookie out of Texas A&M, is in there, and Kevin Allen, another rookie, is playing the left tackle.
They think Kevin Allen, number 72, the left tackle, is going to be a great one. Going to take some time, but he's a good one.
Second and 13. He did a good job that time. And Cunningham was lucky to hang on to the ball because Gary Jeter came and got him from behind, an unexpected hit.
Kevin Allen ran him beyond the quarterback, but he didn't stay with him. He thought his play was over with, and he came back from behind and made the tackle on Cunningham. We'll see a picture of that. Watch this now. Watch Kevin Allen, number 72, on Jeter. Look it. He's got him in a vice there. Lets him go beyond the... See, tries to push him. Then he stops. Jeter stays with the pressure, comes back from behind Cunningham and makes the tackle.
That was perseverance by Gary Jeter. He can still rush, Kenny.
Oh, he can't.
We have a timeout with 6:17 left in the half. Philadelphia cheerleaders trying to get a little excitement generated here. The football picture has slipped in recent years here in Philly.
It really has, but I think they're going to rekindle the flame a little bit and get it going again. I really do. I think this young quarterback's going to create a lot of excitement.
Now, Marion Campbell said, I'd hate to be sitting into the season 10 games and saying, gee, I wish I'd have done that.
Well, I think the important thing, as a head football coach, you have to make decisions. And when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you got to feel good about what you see. And when you make those kind of decisions, you feel good about what you see.
Meanwhile, the quarterback, Randall Cunningham, there's Ron Jaworski. He is unhappy and makes no bones about it. He's from Tonawanda, New York, and out of Youngstown State. The only time we've seen him today is holding for place kicks. It's 3rd and 13 as Cunningham has been sacked twice. Philadelphia has made a first down twice in 6 tries. 6 defensive backs, including Eric Harris and Vince Newsom. And flags are down. Looks like the Eagles misfired on that one.
Yeah, Mark Dennard, it looked like might have been involved in the bad play. Let's see what they call.
Full start. Offensive line. 3rd down.
Well, he's part of that offensive line. We're part right.
He's the center, Dennard. He says, don't call me Denard either.
And you haven't. You've done good.
No, so far. Yep.
Talking to Kevin Allen, we mentioned him a minute ago. He said last week he had a bad day because he's used to using man-for-man blocking in college where he blocked the man regardless of where he went. Now they're using zone blocking, and he was a little confused last week, but he seems to be doing a good job so far.
3rd and 18. Beautifully thrown right on the first down marker. Good by a yard to Herman Hunter, the rookie out of Tennessee State. What a heave that was.
I tell you, when he's got his feet set and he steps and throws the ball, boy, you talk about a frozen rope and it being on a trolley line, he gets it done. Watch him now. Look, he steps up and throws the ball. Great follow through and right on the money, right on the button.
How do you stop that ball? You don't, do you?
You play with another man.
Here's Allen blocking. 72 gets a little help here.
Now there's a great illustration. He's waiting. He's blocking zone. He's waiting for a man to come into his zone that time. And he did, and he tried to take him to the outside.
Fake to Jackson. Drops it out short. And it is Ernest Jackson for a first down to the Ram 20 or 21-yard line before Carl Eckern tackled him. Boy, this guy is tough to play against, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's murder. We played against Marlon Briscoe when he was at Denver, when I was at Kansas City, and he run all over the place. And I tell you, those big linemen, after the game, we needed a gas pipe because, boy, they were really tired. They run out of gas, and that's what happens here if you're not careful. You rush and you rush and you rush. You never get to him, and, boy, you get tired in a hurry.
5.5 left in the half. Cunningham is 8 out of 16 for 114 yards, 1 intercepted. Ernest Jackson slides inside the 20, and it was driven back very hard by the Rams.
I asked Jackson, Ernie Jackson, I said, what about the trade from San Diego to Philadelphia? We're surprised. He said, surprised? I was shocked. I couldn't believe it, but I'm happy to be here. But he just bought a new house in San Diego just 2 months ago, so he is very concerned about the move, but likes being here very much.
Second down and 9.
What else could he say?
Sean Miller and Reggie Doss were in on that last tackle, a very strong tackle. Second and 9. Haddix is on a wing. Spagnuolo the tight end. Here's a short drop and a tackle back and a loss of 4 yards on the play. Doug Reed got in there and did not miss him, number 93. Good play by the Rams.
Well,
third sack.
On the right of the screen, watch Reed, number 93. There you see, it was a play-action fake, and by the time he got the ball in and out, Skoo was out, and Reed came in and made the tackle.
He was really close to the line of scrimmage, wasn't he?
He really was, yeah.
Too close.
And that's the thing about a play action. See, if they're coming tough and you miss a block, you got no chance whatsoever to right yourself. You're nailed in the cross. You get caught in that vice, and it's all over. Look at all the room on the left side.
Quickness to the right, along with Kenny Jackson. Fourth time he's sacked. Back at the 35-yard line. Mike Wilcher got him again, number 54. So sacked twice on that series. They had a first down at the 21.
Vince Newsom, number 22, was the one who also blitzing on the play and got a good piece of it.
Those two come a lot. Newsom lines up as a linebacker, and he and Wilcher both come.
Watch 22. He starts to the inside and breaks outside, and he's the one who gets to Cunningham first. He slows him down, and then they come in from the inside and make the tackle.
Well, McFadden is kicked from 50 and 45, and this one is 53 yards. Are you kidding me? But Jaworski holding. Are you kidding me? This is going to be short. He was right on line with it, but he missed from 53 yards away.
It's a slight wind, too. You know, the other thing that was interesting yesterday, talking to the two kickers, McFadden and Horan, I asked about the wind in the stadium. They said, well, if we look on top of the stadium, we look at the flags and the wind. If the flags are going one way, we know the wind is coming from the other way, which is unusual. So we look at the strips on the goalpost, and they're the ones that tell us where the wind is coming from.
That's
on top of the stadium, so that means that however the flag is blowing, the wind is blowing the opposite direction down on the field. Unusual, isn't it?
Why is that?
I don't know. I asked them that, and they couldn't give me the answer.
From their own 36, the Rams stopped that thrust. Motion by Barber, the tight end, and a fake draw, pass by Brock. Threw behind his receiver Brown. Ron Brown, the Olympian, was covered by Herman Edwards. They say this fellow's a football player first, Hank, who just happened to, by the way, there's a flag back upfield, and they're talking about that. Looks like the Rams are going to be penalized.
But Brown has not had a good year so far. He's coming off of an injury and has not played nearly as well as they thought he would play.
Holding, number 72, offense, first down.
And there again, you don't know on that last pattern, you don't know whether there was a misread on the play because Brown broke inside and the ball was thrown outside.
Kent Hill was called for holding, 1st and 20. At the Los Angeles 26. There's Kent Hill. Big enough he shouldn't have to hold. 6'5", 260. He's a guard. Great catch for a first down to the 45 for the Eagles. What a beautiful throw by Dieter Brock.
But I tell you, that kind of a ball to the tight end going away over the top. Beautiful catch by Mike Barber, number 86. And watch the defensive line slant. Watch 71 Clark. You see, they're all slanting to the right, which means they do not get a good pass rush, not nearly as well as they would have had he been rushing straight ahead.
A lot of times that defensive line takes themselves right out of the play, don't they?
Well, they're playing tendencies of the formation, and they go to the strength of the formation. That's what they did the last time when they didn't anticipate the throw like he did, and got him in trouble.
Brock's 5 out of 10, and he hands it off. And Charles White's good for about 9 near the 35-yard line.
It looked like a tackle trap that time with the right tackle, Jackie Slater, coming in from his right tackle position. Let's see if that's what they do. No, is that Hill? That's Hill coming in, the tight end coming in and blocking Anthony Griggs right in the hole. He did that once before, and he does it again. A beautiful block, really, by Hill, the tight end. David Hill, number 81.
Hopkins made the tackle, and it's 2nd and 1 for the Rams. They've overcome a holding penalty. They're on the move. White again. Gets a first down. Clock running. 2 minutes left in the half. It's going to be a first down. That tackle made by Reggie Wilkes. We have 2 minutes left in the half. The Rams have the lead 10-6. And they have a first down at the Eagle 32. Just moments ago, Mike Gooman was taken off the field. He gave it the thumbs up, but he has a knee injury. Hank, that's a shame.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, we were going out of the hotel yesterday, and he was standing out in front and came over to say hello.
All smiles.
All smiles, and talked about how good he felt.
You never know.
No, you never know is right.
There's John Robinson. And Gooman carried twice today, 6 yards. Charles White, the only other rusher, 11 times for 41 yards.
And talking to John before the game, I asked him about his team, and he said, no question about it, we are a much better team than we were last year. And now we're going to get Dickerson back. We should be back right in pace and right in step with what we want to accomplish. Everybody's very happy and excited about Eric Dickerson coming back. Everybody except the one guy, the 45th guy, Jack.
45th guy is not very happy.
45th guy is full of sadness.
First down at the Philadelphia 32. Pass play by Brock. Again, no pressure. Drops it off short and incomplete.
And talking about Dickerson, Jack, I think Georgia Frontieri deserves an awful lot of credit. She talked to Eric. They are not going to renegotiate his existing contract. They're going to negotiate an extension on the contract. And that's what she told Eric. He believed what she said.
They're going to start talking Tuesday.
They're going to start talking Tuesday in good faith. But she's the one that swung the deal, and she has to feel good about that. I know Eric does.
And Eric, by the way, said, I will not leave the club this year. So back to throw is Brock. And almost like he threw it away, he threw it incomplete. It's the one thing he said. He said, I'm not going to leave the club no matter how the negotiations go. Try to get that ball to Mike Barber with Gary Cobb covering him. What a difference when we watch Brock run and watch Cunningham run.
Oh, yeah, all the difference in the world. Brock is 5 of 12 for 86 yards. And, you know, back to Dickerson, I guess he was driving in his car, and he got a telephone in the car. He got a call from his agent, said, listen, turn left, go to the airport, get in the plane, and go to Philadelphia with the Rams. You're all set. You go to practice next week. That's how he got the news.
So he'll play a week from Monday on 3rd down and 10. Brock throws, interception by the Eagles. Roynell Young, number 43.
And he was playing a man-for-man coverage. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. But Roynell Young, good anticipation, got out in front and made the interception. But it was man-for-man coverage. Here we see it. Watch Roynell Young getting inside position on Ellard. Now he's looking at the quarterback, goes back to the receiver, gets a good jump on the ball, makes the interception right out in front. And the Philadelphia Eagles have possession 1st and 10 on about the 14-yard line.
Ellard stumbled a little bit, but the pass was still poorly thrown. That's the first Ram turnover. The Eagles have committed 2. So now with 1:41 left in the half, first down pass play, and it's tipped. Incomplete. 1:37 left.
Looked like Sean Miller, number 98, got a piece of the ball, deflected the ball a little bit. and that's why it looked like he was thrown poorly.
We're happy to hear that Bob Starr, the Rams radio announcer, is home out of the hospital after suffering a heart attack. Will be back to work in a couple of weeks.
And back on the links soon.
Yeah, back on the links and back to work. 2nd down and 10. Batted down again. This time with Mel Owens, the linebacker, 58.
Well, those defensive ends are concerned about keeping them in the pocket. They're very wide. Reggie Doss that time lined up at the defensive right end position. And Tom Gillespie is now playing left tackle. And looked like he did a good job of keeping him on the outside.
You like Gillespie because he went to Purdue.
And he's Polish.
And he's Polish.
And he's from Gary, Indiana.
Is he?
Yes, sir.
There is Owens batting it down, and it's 3rd and 10. So the Rams may get it back yet with a goodly amount of time remaining. And they will. The clock stops with 1:27 remaining. All they took off the clock was 14 seconds, Hank.
One thing you have to concern yourself with a youngster who has a very strong arm like Cunningham. They have no fear. They always think they can throw the ball in between people because of the strong arm. And a lot of times they throw it right into traffic, especially because they look in that direction consistently and they never look off the receiver. And that was a good illustration. That time the ball was almost intercepted. No way, you had to be a magician to get that ball in there for a completed pass that time with the coverage the way it was.
Second kick today by Mike Horan of Long Beach State. Henry Ellard back at his 40. Rams will have ample time.
Horan was dishing out those dizzy sticks yesterday because of the baby girl he had, 7 pounds, 7 ounces.
Dizzy sticks. This one is not too deep, fair catch, called for. It takes an Eagles bounce. And the Rams will get it at about at their own 45. At the half, Brent Musburger and Herb Cross get together, and Dan Deerdorf is there talking about the forgotten wounded, people like Kellen Winslow and Billy Sims and some of the others who couldn't answer the gun. That's at halftime here on CBS. And then Terry Bradshaw has some comments with regard to Dan Marino. The one quarterback talks about another, gives you a little insight.
If anybody should be able to talk about him, he's the guy. Terry Bradshaw.
Look what's happening to Miami for the second week in a row, with Indianapolis leading in the second quarter 7-6. Rams at their 46. He doesn't run very often. Slides down and he's safe at the 42-yard line. Rynell Young covered it.
A little fisticuffs downfield that time.
Now, boys.
But boys will be boys. That's all that amounts to.
Hunter got into it with Ellis.
I kidded Tony about Notre Dame yesterday. Didn't kid him. Just asked about the game. He said, well, he said they lost, but I thought they looked very good. I wonder if he was saying the same game I was.
We have 53 seconds left in the half, and there's a sack of Dieter Brock by Ken Clark, the nose guard, number 71. They got him for the first time. Now the Rams call a timeout and stop the clock with 50 seconds left in the half. And it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Rams sputtering after getting out in front 10-0. I know.
Look at Clark. Boy, he gets good push that time. He lined up at left tackle. Normally he plays on the nose of the center. The 4-man rush, he moves over the guard, and he really got a good push on Dennis Hara, number 60, and drove him right back into the backfield and got the quarterback. A great play, really, by Ken Clark, number 71.
I know, Hank, you always think it's dangerous when a team gets in front quickly.
I think you have the mistaken impression, and it's hard not to feel that way, I suppose, a lot of times, but you have the mistaken impression that it's going to be an easy game, that you're going to be able to coast through it and go through the motions. The next thing you know, why you're fighting for your life, and the next thing you know, you're scratching your head after the game trying to figure out why you lost. But that's what happens to you when things come easy.
We've seen the two head coaches, John Robinson and Marion Campbell. Get a good look at Jeff Kemp, the other quarterback. Now Miami jumps in front of Indianapolis, 13-7 in the second quarter. 3rd down and 14. Brock delays the ball to the breakaway back, Lynn Kane. Takes it down to 40 seconds left in the half. Clock still running. Rams in their hurry-up offense. Byron Darby made the tackle. This is 3rd and 8. And they whistle him dead. The referee protected him, blew the whistle. That's a sack. Tom Struthers got him, number 93. And 27 seconds left in the half. Rams call timeout once more. Now the Eagles call timeout.
You know, Struthers, talking to him in practice the other day, he was all smiles. He said he felt good about the game. He thought that they played in preseason. They matched up very well, and he said if we cannot make a lot of mistakes and play the kind of football we're capable of playing, we're going to be in this game.
And they are. They trail 10-6. 27 seconds left in the half. This timeout was charged to the Eagles. They'll get the ball here on 4th down.
This is quite a story. Dale Hatcher played his collegiate football at Clemson, and his idol is Ray Guy. And he said when he was a kid, he saw Ray Guy kick in the Superdome, and he hit the gondola in the Superdome, and he always thought, boy, I'd love to have the opportunity to do that. And he finally got the opportunity, played there, and in front of an audience of his own teammates in a pregame warm-up, hit the gondola and was very, very proud of that.
You rang the bell, eh?
Yep, got a cigar. I don't know whether he got a cigar or not.
And Hatcher almost had it blocked. Good punt by Hatcher. It's down inside the 20 with 17 seconds left in the half.
Hatcher was also in the punt, pass, and kick contest 4 years in a row. Went to the semifinals twice and lost it in the Superdome. What do you think of that?
You're loaded with info here. By the way, we have Georgia and Clemson. Hatcher went to Clemson. We have Georgia and Clemson next Saturday here on CBS. The ball will be at the Philadelphia 18. What would you do here, Hank? You're going to get the... We're going to kick off to start the second half. Would you try to get anything done or just forget it?
Minus 17. I would go ahead with the game the way it is. I think you got to try to do something. I think you always got to try to get some points.
That's what happens.
You're going to get some points.
Now we're down to 10 seconds. Running with it is Eckern, and does he get out of bounds? Well, the change of possession stops the clock with 8 seconds. That's going to cost him 3 points.
Cunningham is like a traffic cop. He looks where he's throwing. I hate to belabor the point, but he looks exactly where he's going to throw the ball. He attracts linebackers. They're looking at the quarterback. Read the quarterback. Look, he's looking to his left all the way, and there he does. He throws it right to the linebacker, Eckern, number 55, who makes the interception, and now they're in field goal range.
So that cost him 3 points. In all likelihood, ball will be held by Dills, and Lansford will kick. He missed earlier. We only have 8 seconds left in the half, and John Robinson says thank you very much. This ball will be kicked from the 22. It's a 32-yard try. And he missed it. So Lansford, who was 2 for 2, is 0 for 2 today. And Robinson may have said thank you very much, but...
You know, let me mention something here while we're talking about Lansford. On grass surface, he's kicked 21 of 25 for 84%. This, in artificial surface, he's only kicked 4 of 8 for 50%. So evidently kicking on artificial turf is not as good for him as kicking on grass. That's a fact.
The Eagles try to give him 3 points, and the Rams wouldn't take it.
Boy, you talk about dodging a bullet. They dodged one there.
We have 3 seconds left. You think he'll throw it again?
Well, he'll lay an egg here. They'll fall in the ball.
And we shall have a 10-6 halftime score. A brisk start for the Rams of 10-0, but now it is 10-6. They drop a flag, but they couldn't get these players back out there, so the officials say John Robbins wants to talk to Jerry Markbray. I don't know if he's upset. Apparently not too upset. Okay, everything all right, he said. So there we have it, an early lead by the Rams. 2 long field goals by the Eagles, and they're back in it, trailing by 4 here at the half. Rams get the second half kickoff. It's Paul McFadden. He will kick it off. I'm tired of looking at his foot. Don't show us another picture of his foot. I'm going to dream about his foot tonight. Here's the kick. Charles White is deep along with Lynn Kane, and this one goes deep in, and Kane downs the ball. will come out to the Los Angeles 20. We'll look at the stats from the first half. Both clubs struggled a little bit. The Eagles have more first downs.
Can you believe
passing yards?
Excuse me, Jack. Can you believe that both teams total yards 142, 142?
And turnovers, 3 by the Eagles, 2 of them interceptions and 1 fumble, and the Eagles had the ball more than the Rams did. That's the way the Rams did last week. They held the ball away from Denver and won their game.
I think they have to throw the ball more on first down, Jack. I'm talking about the Rams. They're not going to run the ball as well as they normally like to because they don't have Dickerson. They're going to have to throw more on 1st and 10, I think.
White pops for 6, by the way. You can tell when you watch him, no matter how good Charles White is, there just aren't that many Dickersons around. They miss him.
Well, he makes things happen. You know, he stretches the short gains and gains into large ones and long ones, and that's really the big difference because he's a big play guy, and anytime he has possession of the ball, there's always a possibility of a big play from a run standpoint. You don't have that now.
Looks to me, though, like the Rams are saying, okay, let's go to work with this line of ours and see what we can get done, right? No, wrong. Thank you, Dieter Brock. And he throws short and incomplete. He threw it ahead of White, and it's 3rd down. And 3. I thought that's what they were going to do. They put it together and say, let's drive these people off the ball.
Well, they got a big, strong offensive line, but I think they have to throw the ball a little bit more on 1st and 10. They threw it 3 times in the first half. They were all incomplete. They rushed 8 times. They threw the ball 1st and 10 3 out of 11 times, and I think with the way the defensive backs are playing on 1st and 10 especially, I think they can do a little business in front instead of waiting till the obvious passing situation.
Line up in a 4-man front and show the blitz. Back off on the blitz. 3-man, 4-man rush. Pass is caught beautifully. And that is a 1st down as Tony Hunter made a nice grab, and it was a well-thrown ball by Brock on 3rd down.
He threw that, boy, you talk about a frozen rope. He threw it right on the line. He gets back in the pocket. The protection is good. And he steps up and throws the ball on the outside. And look, he catches right in his hands. Tony Hunter, number 87. Wes Hopkins, number 48, finally made the tackle.
And a 1st down at their own 37 for Los Angeles.
Now look at the left side. Look at all the room he's got over on the left side, Jack, one-on-one.
Barber's playing a lot. Gooman is out. Here's a toss to the tailback, and White is good for 3 yards.
The zone was rotated to the strong side where the tight end was, and that's a place normally you don't like to run, but they ran there anyhow. But they had a one-on-one situation on the left side, and I thought perhaps on 1st and 10 they might do something, but they didn't. Let's see eventually if they might do something in that area.
Mike Rockenbach made the tackle. He's a favorite because he's out of East Stroudsburg State here in Pennsylvania. 2nd down, 7. 13 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 10-6 Rams. No outside rush at all, and the pass to David Hill. He's good to the 45. He caught 4 last week, including a beautiful touchdown pass. They usually use him to block. Let's watch this reception.
Tony Hill now hesitates.
David Hill.
Yeah, David Hill, I mean. There he is. He waits, and then he gets out in the flat as a safety valve. He makes the catch, starts to go up the field. He weighs 260. He's not a tight end, Jack. He's a loose tackle.
Big guy with good hands. Ray Ellis tackled him.
And he's a great blocker, and he's got terrific hands, as you mentioned. Really catches the ball well.
3rd and 2. First down, and down into Eagle territory go the Rams, and this time it's Tony Hunter to the other side.
That was a good call and a good play because they were in a double zone, meaning they were double covering the outside people, which meant the inside was wide open. Tony Hill comes off the ball and runs across the field, and gets a step on Wes Hopkins, number 48. The ball is thrown perfectly right at the numbers. He makes the catch. 1st down Rams.
We saw them practicing that play relentlessly here yesterday. This is the first semblance of any drive. The Rams have gone from their 20 to the Eagle 45. 1st down. White over the tackle spot. He got about 4. White had some wasted years at Cleveland, and the Rams made good use of him last week and again today.
Excuse me, Jack. I asked Charlie about that yesterday and also again this morning when I visited with him. He said, well, in Cleveland, you know, you have to fit the system, but here they fit the system to you, and so it makes a big difference. And of course, he's been with Johnny Robinson for a long time. So far, he's 14 for 55 yards.
2nd and 6. And he's airing it out for Ellard, and incomplete. Covered by Roynell Young, and Ellard can fly, as we all know. Young stayed with him. There was some incidental bumping, but as long as both are playing the ball, we don't see the flags come down.
Roynell Young has a big cushion on Ellard. He makes a slight inside move, and then he turns and starts to run. Young is looking for the ball a little quicker than normally he should, but in spite of that, the ball was a little too short, and that's why it falls incomplete. Brock is 8 of 18 for 111 yards so far.
3rd down, 6.
Now they got the middle open again, Jack. They double the outside people.
6 defensive backs for the Eagles. Ellard caught it out of bounds. Out of bounds. The official right on top of the play. And it is 4th down. Roynell Young covering again.
Talking to Fred Bruni yesterday at practice, he's the defensive coordinator, worked with the defensive backs. He said the 8 defensive backs that we have now in Philadelphia are the very best 8 we have ever had since I've been here. Here's the play. Throws it out in front. He has to have possession and both feet in bounds. He does not. There's one stepping out. The other one tips the inside marker, but it's incomplete, out of bounds.
Hatcher, the rookie, punts the ball. Let's see what kind of a bounce. Well, it's into the end zone and down there, and there was a critical 3rd and 2 play earlier. The Rams threw. It was incomplete. Nice day here in Philadelphia. Looks like they drew a few more fans than they thought they would. They expected 55,000. Apparently there are more than that here. Well, the Rams kept the ball for 4.5 minutes, but came away empty and punted, and the Eagles go from their 20-yard line with Randall Cunningham at the controls. Ernest Jackson in the backfield. Now that's Haddix, and he's good for only a couple. Michael Haddix out of Mississippi State. After we're through here, you folks tuned in to CBS. We'll watch either Atlanta and the 49ers or the Giants at Green Bay. Giants looking for their 2nd in a row. Everybody else on that board, Atlanta, 49ers, and Green Bay, trying to get to the 500 mark.
And how about the Giants? They haven't lost a game so far this season. They won 4 preseason games, and they won the opener last week.
Motion by Haddix. And here comes the rookie Herman Hunter. He gets only 1. And the fans do not like the conservative approach of the Eagles. The tackler Sean Miller out of Utah State. He's the nose guard, number 98.
Michael Haddix, that time 26, went in motion from the right wingback position, came in through the middle area, and managed to get through there without touching anybody.
3rd down coming up. Philadelphia offense had trouble on 3rd down all day long. Here's the pass, caught for 1st down. Nice timing on that play. And the quarterback didn't fool around. He just set up and threw, and he hit Kenny Jackson. He was a hot shot out of Penn State 2 years ago.
Kenny Jackson delays a little bit and then comes into the middle area. It's a time pattern, and he hits him right on the numbers, and he knows where he has to go for the 1st down, and he makes the 1st down. 1st and 10 Philadelphia.
It's first reception this year for Kenny Jackson and a 1st down at the Eagle 32. Look at the running room. And he throws. Now he should have run there. If he's inclined to run, he should have run, Hank.
Doug Reed looked like he had an angle on him, Jack, and maybe that's why, from a vision standpoint, he might have saw him out of the corner of his eye, and maybe that's why he didn't run. But
try to get it down to Quick.
Yeah, Doug Reed looked like he had pretty good outside position. I'm here. See, fights his way to the outside. See, he's in hot pursuit. But there was double coverage on the outside. I don't know how he figured he could get the ball to Mike Quick.
2nd down and 10. Reed is out of San Diego State, playing that left defensive end where we used to see Jack Young play. High and away and incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10 as he zipped it over the receiver Quick. Quick was open too.
Watch what happens to him when he goes back in the pocket. Watch him get a shot here. Right about the time he gets rid of the ball, he gets a shot by Doug Reed. But here again, you know, we watched him practice the other day, and he threw a lot of balls very high. And the reason you do that, Jack, is that you let the ball go
the release point's
a little bit too soon. Yeah, you don't hold it just a fraction longer with follow through to get the ball down, and that's what happened on the last play. Let it go too soon.
Cunningham is 9 out of 23 with 2 intercepted. And high again, and tipped, I think, by the defensive man Gary Green on 3rd down. Mike Quick, the intended receiver again. Sometimes he really doesn't he gets up on top, but then he doesn't come down with his throw, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't get the follow through. And that's why the ball sails. And a lot of times the ball will sail. The nose will be up a little bit, and that's why, because he doesn't come through with the follow through with the wrist.
Now Mike Horan will punt to Henry Ellard, and we saw what happened in the first quarter. An 80-yard touchdown return, so let's check the approach of Horan and the coverage by the Eagles. Fool, and he takes the ball back at his 19-yard line. So the Rams get the ball for the second time in the 3rd quarter. There's the college football action next Saturday on CBS, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. And Georgia came from behind to win it last year, 26-23. That's typical of the action between these two teams ordinarily.
I think they both won 3-point games last weekend, didn't they, Jack, or this weekend?
Yes, they did. Clemson and Georgia next Saturday. Rams at their 19-yard line. Charles White in the setback. Barber is the U-back. A delay to White. And he is good for 7. Good blocking on the left side by Bill Bain, Kent Hill. Greg Brown was the tackler.
You know, Jack, the Eagles have changed their uniforms a little bit. They normally have had stripes on the sleeves of their jerseys, and the numbers were outlined in gray. Now they're outlined in black, and now they have an eagle on the sleeve of the jersey instead of the stripes.
2nd down and 3. With Lynn Kane leading the way, White came out near first down yardage, and he was tackled by Gary Cobb. Cobb's number 50. They're happy to have him here from Detroit. Wilbert Montgomery went to the Lions in exchange for Gary Cobb, who played at Southern Cal. He's active. And he made that tackle, and they're going to measure. While they measure, we'll check some scores. Still 13-0 with Detroit over Dallas in the 3rd quarter. And the Jets winning 21-3 over Buffalo after a woeful performance. 3rd quarter, the Cardinals by 3 over Cincinnati. It is a first down. And a first down run by White. He waited, he read it, he came across the 35, got more good yards. He can read and go, can't he? More scores for you. Another 7-yard pickup by White, tackled by Cobb again. Washington was ahead 16-0. Now they lead by only 3 in the 3rd quarter over the Oilers. And Chicago blanking New England 10-0, looking for their 2nd win in a row, 3rd quarter. And Miami by 9 in the 3rd quarter over Indianapolis. 2 first-yard runs at 7-yard first down runs by White. They're punching it out now. What a big hit by Ken Clark, the nose guard. He slipped away and met him head up. Doug Smith is probably the best offensive lineman in the Rams, right?
They like him very much. Yeah, when they asked that question, they were very reluctant to single out any one particular guy, but they did talk about Doug Smith with very high praises.
Here is the tight end, Tony Hunter, getting out of bounds after getting the first down at the 48 of the Rams. And Hunter, who caught 4 last week, is playing a big part of this game.
Boy, he's smooth. He makes him look easy, too. He's got a good stride, a good gait. Here he lines up as the tight end, breaks out into the flat area. He hits him quickly, turns around, makes the catch, ducks under the tackle, and is finally tackled downfield by Roynell Young. Ray Ellis knocks him out of bounds. Ray Ellis, number 24.
One thing you mentioned there, Hank, he got it to him quickly. That's the way they want the ball, right?
Yeah, they want him to, before he gets too far out there where the defensive back can't recover and hit him right about the time he makes the catch.
punching it out now. And the Ram offensive lineman really got laid low. That's Bill Bain. He took a shot in the back from his own man, Charlie White, as I saw it.
Bill Bain and Ken Hill were both pulling on that off-tackle play, the counter play. And Bill Bain, as he started to go through the hole, stumbled a little bit, and of course, Charlie White hit him in the back.
Irv Pankey has replaced Bill Bain.
But here comes Bill Bain. Watch Ray Ellis hit him right in the thigh, and that's what created the problem for Bill Bain. That was a counter play with Ken Hill and Bill Bain both pulling on the play.
2nd down and 6. Brock to White again. And he got all he could, and it's going to be 3rd and about 2.
Exactly the same play, except this time Irv Pankey, number 75, is playing left tackle instead of Bill Bain.
I tell you, when Hill and Bain pull, you've got about, well, you have exactly 35 pounds of beef coming at you.
When they go from the left side to the right side, Jack, the field tilts a little bit.
Bain is 285 and Hill is 260. Smith, the center, 252. Dennis Hare, the right guard, 270. Jackie Slater, 271, the right tackle. 3rd and 2. 1.5 yards, actually. Bain blocking, White hurdling, and he gets close to the 1st down yard marker. I thought he got a little more than they're giving him.
Looks like Greg Brown and Ray Ellis were involved in the tackle.
Well, there's no need to guess, but I'm going to make a guess that he's short. Reichenbach and Greg Brown were there.
This is Ram football they're playing now. This is what they like to do.
I thought they'd do this earlier, Hank.
They like to come off the bus, running the football and sticking it at you, and they feel that early in the game they'll maybe make 4, 5, 6 yards, and then as the game progresses, they'll wear you down with those big offensive linemen and start making 8, 9, 10 yards and big plays. It's a little short, Jack. You were right.
1 inch away, 4th down. What are the Rams going to do? With that good offensive line and in a sluggish 3rd quarter, no scoring, I suspect they're going to go for it.
Oh, I would think they would. With just inches to go, Jack, I would think they would go for it. Be very surprised if they don't.
They tried it earlier this year against Denver, and they were 0 for 1 on 4th down. Bill Bain is back in there. This crowd trying to charge up the Eagle defense. 4th and 1 at the Philadelphia 42. Bain and White in the backfield.
They're lined up like they're going left. This is where they like to go. Quarterback sneak.
And Dieter Brock got enough for the 1st down. He's a 6-footer, 195. And there's John Robinson. He gambled and he won. 1st down. We visited with this fellow yesterday, Brock, and he is a tough-looking character, I'll tell you that, 34 years old.
Yeah, kind of the quiet assassin. Doesn't say much, but what he says you listen to.
He's from Birmingham, Alabama.
And I asked him why he wore number 5. He said because of Joe DiMaggio.
I didn't know Joe DiMaggio played football.
No, but he played baseball.
That's right, he
Talking about
did.
Dieter. Dieter was a 3rd baseman. He said, boy, they used to stay loose on that 1st baseline when he threw the ball because it went in a lot of different directions.
Detroit and Dallas playing today. Detroit was out in front. They're further out in front, 19-0. The 3rd quarter, Hipple on a 1-yard quarterback sneak.
Russ Bollinger is in there.
Missed the
right
extra
tackle.
point, by the way. That's the first one that Eddie Murray has missed in a long, long time.
159 attempts, to be specific.
And he missed one. Uh-oh, they just scored again. He can try again. It's 26-0 in the 3rd quarter over Dallas.
Isn't that incredible?
It is to me. The way Dallas walloped Washington. James Jones on a 2-yard run for that last score. Now they talked to Dieter Brock. 11 years in Canada. He threw for almost 35,000 yards, 210 touchdowns.
It's a lot of wear and tear on the old soup bone, and we talked to him and asked him about the difference in Canadian football and here, and he said, really, there's not much difference. We threw a lot of balls from the pocket. The reading was very much the same. The only difference really is the end zone, because the end zones in Canadian football are 25 yards deep, and when you're at the 10-yard line, you still can throw a deep pass into the end zone. Here you don't have that much room, but other than that, he said there wasn't very much difference.
You see the difference. That's not 25 yards down there. It's only 10. We have 4 minutes left. And look what the Jets are doing to Buffalo. 28-3 in the third quarter. And the Cardinals were ahead by 3 at the half and now lead 24-14 in the third quarter over Cincinnati.
Jackie Slater's back there at tackle, at right tackle, number 78.
First down of the Eagle 41. This is a pretty good drive from their own 19 for the Rams, who came away empty after taking the second half kickoff. They pitch outside to White. He cuts back, bounces off, but gets only a couple of yards for all that work. And a final tackle by Wes Hopkins.
I could tell without even looking for the number. I saw that hit, and I knew it had to be Hopkins because he knocks you backwards.
He'll knock your hat in the creek, I'll tell you that.
Boy, he gets those shoulder pads and that headgear.
He's 6'1", 210. He can unload. We have 3:30 left in the third quarter. Rams with a very good drive. Second down and 8. Barber playing. And incomplete. The intended receiver fell down. That was David Hill, the tight end. Hill, by the way, is listed at 240. What did he tell us he weighed yesterday?
260. 260. He is big, and that's why I said a little while ago he's not a tight end, he's a loose tackle. But he's a good one. It's amazing how big he is that he catches the ball very well. But doesn't run with it very well once he makes the catch.
What a great catch against Denver last week.
Yeah, didn't he? Terrific.
Third down and 8 for Brock and company. 3 wide receivers. Allard to the right. John Brown to the left. And as he threw, they roll incomplete. Incomplete. Greg Brown came around and tapped him from behind. And Bain is stretched out again. He's down for the second time.
I tell you that Greg Brown is quick. Number 98, the right defensive end. He's very quick. And he got the hit from the backside.
Not on Bain, but on the quarterback.
On the quarterback. Watch it. Here he comes. On the left end of he was down and he got back up. Came around off the ground and came back to the backside and made the play.
They love it, don't they?
Oh, they love that blind side when the quarterback can't see him. They give him that little massage in the back, and boy, it's murdered.
They even stop breathing so the quarterback can't hear him coming. And here's our score. And for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger. When Washington and Dallas plays one another, their next game is always treacherous, isn't it?
It really is. It's like somebody playing Notre Dame one week and then playing their next game next week, and it's always a tough game for them to bounce back from, whether they win or lose.
Punter Dale Hatcher is in, the rookie out of Clemson. And the Eagles have a good punt return man of their own in Evan Cooper. This is the 5th punt of the day for Hatcher. Kicked it straight up with good hang time. Fair catch called for, and it was a good play by Cooper catching the ball. Otherwise, might have been downed inside the 15. And more fisticuffs break out over in the far corner of the field. 3:02 left in this third quarter, which has been scoreless. And they're going to mark the ball down in the Eagle 14. Robinson's team kept the ball for 4:25 earlier, came away empty, and just kept it for 5 minutes and 20 seconds and come away with nothing. The Eagles start from their 14, and the flags go down and whistles stop the play.
Right tackle Mitchell, I think, was offside, Jack. He jumped the ball, jumped offside, number 74. We'll see what they call.
I was about to say this is the area of the field where the Eagles, who are trailing.
Number 74.
That's right, Leonard Mitchell.
First down.
Can not afford to make any mistakes down at this end.
Yeah, that's a big challenge they have right now, is eliminate any mistakes and try to get first downs and get out of the soup, so to speak. Total offense for Rams, 91 yards, and Philadelphia 12 in this half.
First and 15 at their 9 for the Eagles.
Doesn't mean a thing because Philadelphia is still very much in this game. One play away from being back in business.
yards out to the 19. And it's going to be second down and about 6. He stretches out, doesn't he? Jim Collins tripped him up. We told you at the beginning of the game, number 50, Collins has that job of shadowing him wherever he goes because they know he runs. The one thing we haven't seen, Hank, is that quarterback draw yet, right?
Well, I don't think the only time we'll see that is when they're down about the 8-yard line going in. We might see that then. That's when it's a very effective play.
Second down and 4. There's a good burst and a loose ball, and the Rams think they have it, and they do. The Rams recover the fumble at the 25. It was Haddix running with the ball.
And Eckern, it looked like number 55. Marion Campbell. Marion Campbell very disappointed, of course, trying to get his troops rallied to rally here. Here it is, a straight ahead shot. Watch Eckern come off the block, scrape the ball, got a piece of the ball, it falls to the turf, and it looked like Nolan Cromwell was able to recover the ball. Number 21.
And that's the 4th turnover for Philadelphia today. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Philadelphia 24-yard line. See if they try to punch it out with White coming right. Good blocking, makes a good cut. He is down for 5 yards inside the 15 before Tom Struthers tackled him. There was good power on that play.
Yes, that's that Irv Pankey, number 75. And Ken Hill. Look at Ken Hill and 70. Pankey gets a good block. And White runs right off the block and gets up the field and makes a quick decision. That's the important thing about a running back. He's got to be right or wrong. He's got to make a decision and make a cut. He made that decision, and as a result, it was a good one, and he got up through the hole in good shape.
And a first down run to the Eagle 14. David Hill, the tight end on the right side. On a wing, Mike Barber.
Look at that right corner, how far off he is. Here's a counter play again, same thing.
The linebacker Wilkes got in and tripped him up. Reggie Wilkes knocked down Charles White. We've had a scoreless third quarter, and we have 1:20 remaining in the period. White got only 1 yard.
You might wonder about the insignia on the Ram jersey, which says 40. Means that they've been in Los Angeles Rams for 40 years.
And he moved from
Cleveland,
Ohio. Barber in motion. A fake draw. Pass play Brock. His arm was hit. It's incomplete. Greg Brown got to him.
Yeah, and they had a blitz on that time with Reggie Wilkes, number 51, blitzing on the play, but Brown on number 98. Number 98 was able to get to the quarterback and made him throw the ball badly on the play.
Ball is at the 13. Third down. And 9. Ellard is to the right. Brown to the left. Duckworth also to the left. Fumble. And the Eagles think they have it, and they do. On the exchange, Brock and Smith lost the ball. And it was Ken Clark, the nose tackle, number 71, who came away with the pigskin. That's the second Ram turnover.
Darby, number 94, was also involved in the play. They had them all coming that time. Here they got down on the 3-point stance. Yvonne Cooper was blitzing in that gap and got him a little nervous, and bad exchange between the center and the quarterback, and he drops the football, and the Eagles have possession. 1st and 10.
Rams haven't scored since the first quarter. They have 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass play Cunningham. Wide open. Out near the 40 to Mike Quick. Boy, did he hit the spot.
He's got that kind of a gun.
Like a cold beer on a hot day, he hit the spot, I tell you.
You know, here we go with the replay. There you see Quick. coming behind the linebackers. He threw it right over the top, and that's where you have to throw it against that zone, in front of the defensive backs and behind the linebackers. Johnny Johnson finally made the tackle.
Ernest Jackson down at about the 43. Got 3 yards, dumped by Leroy Irvin, and that marks the end of the third quarter. Well, the Eagles are moving. The end of the third quarter with the score 10-6 Rams. Eagles on the move. We now pause for a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the
chase by the end, gets away, throws it 110 yards. Jackson caught it. First and goal at the 5. How far did that ball go in the air? Johnny Johnson covering.
64 yards, Jack. That's how it went.
There's a flag down way downfield. Not back near the line of scrimmage, but down where the play ended.
I tell you, Jackson did a great job of waiting for the ball that time. A lot of times, you know, you see guys coming in hot pursuit, and you're so anxious to catch it and run that you drop the football. He did first things first. He waited for the ball to come to him and made the catch and was satisfied to get hit on the 5-yard line. Really a great play by Kenny Jackson.
53-yard pass play. What happened, Jerry? Jerry Markwright is the referee.
Delay of game. Illegally spiking a live ball. Number 81, offense.
You can't do that. The ball's in play, and he spiked it. That's delay of game. Moves it back to the 10. Makes it first and goal.
Look at this. He's going to his left. Watch. He evades the rush here. It looked like he was going to get hit, but that was Doug Reed. He gets away from the pocket, throws the ball downfield, and watch Kenny Jackson. Watch, he's running, and then he slows down. He wants to make sure he stops, slows down, make sure he catches the ball, goes down to a knee, and is finally hit. 53-yard pass.
First and goal at the 10. Another pass play. And a fumble. And the Rams have the ball, I think. They do. They get the ball back on the scramble and the fumble, and the hit was made by Reed, and Mel Owens got the ball.
Doug Reed again was the guy that put the pressure on him and got the hit.
Cunningham fumbled while scrambling. Owens has the football, number 58.
They're arguing that he tried to throw the ball.
No, he fumbled the ball. There's no doubt
That's
about
right,
that.
but that's what they're arguing, the fact that they thought he tried to throw the ball, and it was definitely a fumble. Let's watch it again. Watch, he's back in the pocket. Blitz is on. Owens is blitzing. He goes to the outside. See? No, you know, Jack, he really did throw the ball. He threw the ball purposely to get rid of it. If anything, it should have been intentional grounding, but he did not. It was not a fumble. He threw it sideways, and that's what it should have been called. It was a bad call on the part of the official.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. Rams have the ball at their own 16. And White is crumbled. When they replayed it again here, Hank, I was busy doing something else, and I didn't get a good look at it.
Yeah, you're right. But you know, it was hard to see that. But definitely, as the kid was going down, he definitely threw the ball. Watch it again. Watch it. Watch. He gets.
Just watch his arm. Was it going forward?
Watch it. See, what?
I think he was trying to pull it down.
Well, it looked like from the other angle that he was definitely trying to throw it sideways around the guy to get rid of the football, Jack.
Okay, tough call for the official to make. They ruled
it really was, because we got a different angle of it. It looked differently this time.
2nd and 8. And the pass right on the button out to the 30-yard line to Henry Ellard. Rams got rid of quite a few of their receivers, such as Grant. Cleared the decks for Ellard to play every down.
Well, I think what happens is, you know, you stay with some people with a hope and expectation that they're going to come around. You live in hope and die in despair with them. You got to make a decision and say, listen, you know, we got to make a move. We got to make a change. We go with the guys who are productive, and that's what happened.
First down at the 30 after the throw by Brock. And a toss to White. He worked for about 4.
Gary Cobb, 50, makes the play.
13 minutes left in the game. Cobb, the tackler. Ray Ellis helped him. Hank, if you were out on the West Coast watching this game and rooting for the Rams, you'd have to be disappointed, wouldn't you?
I think so. But again, I think you got to understand, that the personality of the Rams is a run personality, and they're getting. Yeah, here we see some things for next week. Let's go, Jack.
Philadelphia goes to Washington, and the Cardinals travel to New York, and Detroit against Indianapolis, and then the 49ers and the Raiders. That's the second game next Sunday. Russ Bollinger is in there at the guard position for the Rams, and that's right where the run goes across the 40 and close to a first down with White carrying again. And it is a first down. Tackled by Reichenbach.
David Hill made a good block that time along with Ken Hill, and Irv Pankey is playing left tackle. And he pulled also on that counter play. Number 75.
We'll see what kind of shape these players are in on a hot day. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Rams leading 10-6.
Look at the one-on-one on the right side, Jack. They're rotated to the left side. They run a trap for the tackle.
He ran right into Struthers. Now with the first down play that was stopped cold. Here comes Lynn Kane. I thought we'd see more of Kane here in the second half. Different sort of runner, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, Charles White over the 100-yard mark.
First time he's run for over 100 yards, Jack, as a pro. He's got to be happy about that.
And Lynn Kane relieves him at the moment. Second down and 9. Kane can catch the ball, by the way. 7
defensive backs in there for Philadelphia.
And underthrown to Kane. Pressure was really on.
Ryron Darby, number 94, put the pressure on the quarterback.
He and Struthers both came through there, and it's 3rd and 9. I didn't think this offensive line would allow that much pressure on their quarterback. Is he taking too long, Hank?
Well, he's trying to get rid of the ball, but they just missed the blocks. Really, you got to give them a lot of credit talking about the defensive line of the Eagles. Byron Darby, number 94, goes through there in good shape.
We have 11:10 left in the game, and there's our score, 10-6, Rams.
Watch Struthers, number 93, getting a strong outside rush, and watch Slater, the right tackle, throws a low body block, and it looks like he hits him on the knee, and I think that's what the problem is. He hit him low, right on the knee.
He cut him. Meanwhile, the pass was underthrown. And Struthers is being tended to out there in the field.
And talking to Marion Campbell yesterday, we asked him who he thought was the most improved player on his team, and he said he thought it was Tom Struthers, number 93.
So they've lost a good one here. Earlier, the Rams lost Mike Gooman. He hurt his knee and was helped off the field and will not return today. Same apparently is true for Struthers. Plenty of football remaining here. We have 11:10 left in this game, and when we're through, you folks will watch either Atlanta against the 49ers or the Giants at Green Bay here on CBS. Well, Darby is going to be in there along with Brown now at the end spots. They also have just added Smiley Cresswell to their roster, the former New England player. That's a shame. You hate to see these players get hurt.
Boy, it really is.
Marion Campbell has to put up with it all. 3rd down and 9 for the Rams. He got a break when they sacked Cunningham, who fumbled back at the 10-yard line.
4 linemen, 7 defensive backs.
Long down the middle, and was that caught? It was by Ellard. What a gutsy catch, among other things. What a great catch by Ellard in heavy traffic and tackled by Wilson.
I tell you, that was a beautifully thrown ball and a fantastic catch by Henry Ellard. Look at him. He's in the slot, breaks to the inside, and then goes away.
He knew he was going to get hit, didn't he?
Albert Fowles looks like he was trying to cover him, and then Bernard Wilson finally made the tackle. But boy, I tell you, he stretched out and made a beautiful catch.
His 3rd of the day. That's a first down of the Eagle 22. White kept his feet well and got down to the 18. The Rams trying to get in for that score that'll really put the Eagles under the gun. Ray Ellis. Mike Rockenbach made the tackle on White, who's had a busy day, over 100 yards.
They love that student body right and student body left. I think they call it 39 or 38, depending on whether they run it left or right.
White went to the Eagles 17. Second down and 5. They're going to try to punch it out here.
I would think
They
so.
are. Here goes White again. Good blocking. Oh, he breaks it and scores. A 17-yard touchdown run. I figured it was about time that offensive line would prevail, Hank, and with Struthers out, that's where they ran.
Yeah, and again, they keep saying their philosophy, we're going to keep sticking it at him. We'll wear him down, and in the fourth quarter, we'll be able to make more yardage. Beautiful play here. And again, the great thing about Charlie White here, he sees the crack, he runs through the crack, makes a decision, and goes right into the end zone unmolested for the touchdown. A great run by Charlie White, number 33.
He broke away from Byron Darby, who is replacing Struthers, and what totals for White today?
Yeah, 30 for 130 yards, and Mike Barber, number 86, really got a good block, too, on the linebacker.
Good word, the Dodgers are winning 6-1 in the 6th inning for you fans out there on the coast. Extra point by Lansford. He's 3 out of 3 on the year. And now the Eagles are under the gun with 9:39 left in the game. They trail by 11. Rams held the ball for 4:25 earlier in this half, 5:20 the next time, and this time almost 5 minutes and score. There's Charlie White. He just went over from 17 yards. Here's the kickoff, and it's taken by Andre Waters on the 3. He's to the 10 and breaks out to the 20. Flags go down. Waters breaks out to the 34. And Nolan Cromwell made the tackle. Waters liked his return, but there's going to be a penalty, and it's against the Eagles. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the written consent of the Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited. An illegal block by John Kimmel, one of the Eagle linebackers. We have 9:27 remaining. The Eagles may have blown their chance in this game, Hank, when they had that 1st and goal at the 10 and fumble.
Yeah, that was a big play, and that in a game as close as this one, that kind of a play can make the difference in the outcomes.
From the 10, here's a bootleg, and look at him come. Out to the 30, a 20-yard run by Randall Cunningham. And Collins made the tackle.
I don't think he told anybody he was going to do that, or he missed the handoff because everybody was pulling to the left like it was going to be a sweep. And usually when you do that, why, it can be very effective, just like it was on the last play with Cunningham running the football. Cunningham has thrown 26 times for 202 yards, ran prior to that last run 6 times for 40 yards.
He stumbles, falls, gets up, runs. Play continues. He passes. It's caught. It's good for about 2 yards. Nobody touched him, so the play continued, and Nolan Cromwell made the tackle on the Eagle receiver, who was Michael Haddix.
Watch Cunningham slip now. He goes back in here, and he falls, but he has the presence to get up, and he throws the ball out into the left flat. But they're out there waiting for him. It was double coverage. And Nolan Cromwell comes up to make the tackle.
2nd and 8. Rams really got off the ball down the sideline and incomplete. Way downfield for the rookie, Hunter. Herman Hunter out of Tennessee State, covered by the linebacker Mike Wiltshire.
It didn't look like he got his hands all the way up there.
No, it looked like you're right.
Like his jersey was too tight, or he had plaster Paris in his armpits or something. He couldn't get him up there.
There's the time, 8:04 left. And it's 3rd and 8. Quick is to the right along with Kenny Jackson. Look out. Look out. Now look out, Rams. First down. He ran again. I bet he was murder in college, Hank.
Oh, Herman Hunter that time made a nice block downfield for it. You know something, Jack? I didn't know this until yesterday. Do you realize that only 3 quarterbacks in the history of the NCAA have thrown for 2,500 yards or more in 3 consecutive years? Flutie is one, Elway is the other, and the third guy is the one we're watching here tonight, Cunningham, Randall Cunningham. Isn't that amazing? I didn't know that until yesterday.
It's a lot of yards for a lot of years. First down at his own 44. He's rushed for 72 yards today, and he delays the ball to Ernest Jackson, and nothing doing.
And the other thing about Cunningham, he's an excellent punter.
He's their backup punter here. Reggie Doss made the tackle. Cunningham has carried 8 times for 72 yards. The leading Eagle rusher. But Charles White has had a great day. Garrity brings a play in from the bench. You're in a bad spot when you trail by 11 points.
Especially with playing against a defense that's normally as stingy as the Rams.
2nd and 10.
Boy, those ends are coming off the ball. They're huffing and puffing.
Underthrown. Tried to get it to Mike Quick. Covered by Gary Green.
You know, I asked Cunningham, what's the biggest problem going into professional football? He said the terminology, the plays and the formations are so long. Here's an illustration of what a call is. Ditch right, switch, play pass 46, 748 flat, check through on 2. That's a lot of work.
On 1 for 1 play?
That's 1 play, yeah.
It's not the way we did it on the playground, I tell you that.
Well, you just use your finger and move up in the dirt.
3rd and 10. He's looking to run, and he runs. Oh, he got blasted that time. He's short of a first down as well. It's 4th down. He bounces right up. Doug Reed unloaded on him. And with 6:20 remaining, the Eagles are in a spot where they can't afford to punt the ball to the Rams.
Well, Jim Collins that time got a good shot at him, too, along with Doug Reed. The ends, the defensive ends are playing so wide. I think at this stage of the game, they got to keep, they got to go for it. They can't mess around and give the ball back to the Rams and never get it back.
We may see the quarterback draw right here.
And the Rams are all screwed up. They don't know where to line up. Now they finally got settled. They should have gone on a quick count.
Now they're in the shotgun. 4th and 3.
Spagnola.
And it is broken up and almost picked off by Vince Newsom, number 22. And the ball goes over to the Rams as they try to get it to Spagnola.
There again, they were watching the quarterback, and he looked at Spagnola all the way, and by the time the ball got there, even though he's got a great gun, it was almost intercepted that time.
And we have 5:51 left. This man has been helped by 5 Eagle turnovers and a great running day by Charles White.
And it's really an extension of his philosophy. They want to wear you down with that big offensive line, and we talked about it earlier, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of it now. They're really coming off the line good shape.
Brock is 11 out of 26, 171 yards, 1 intercepted. Detroit keeps the shutout going over Dallas in the 4th quarter. Hogaboom is in their quarterback now instead of Danny White. And the Jets pounding Buffalo 35-3 in the 4th quarter, trying for their first win. Cardinals by 7 in the 4th quarter over Cincinnati, 27-20. Houston keeping it close, 16-13 at Washington. And Chicago in comfortable shape, 20-7 4th quarter over New England. On first down. Rams have been running on almost every first down in the second half. They do it again. Well, they knew that the Rams weren't going to throw, so that way it was not a very good call, right?
That time it was a trap with the tight end, David Hill, number 81, coming through the hole and trying to get a block. But they jammed it up. Byron Darby, number 94, was the one who stopped the play.
And the Rams would like to take 2.5, 3 minutes off the clock. Eagles playing without Tom Struthers, who hurt his knee. Mike Gooman was injured for the Rams. 2nd down and 10. And the clock ticking away against the Eagles. Rams trying to win their 2nd of the year. Nothing doing again for Charles White.
Boy, they love that counter play. That time they pulled again. They pulled Pankey, number 75, and Ken Hill, but they stuffed it. Counterplay meaning that the tailback takes a step one way and then goes to the other. And he takes that step with the idea and express purpose of preventing the left tackle and left guard to get a lead and get out in front of him that time. But the Eagles played it very well.
Rams playing without Dennis Hara. He has a thigh injury, and Russ Bollinger's in that right guard spot. 3rd down and 10. Now 4.5 left, so they've taken some time off the clock already.
7 defensive backs, 4 linemen again.
Fresh legs in there, but nothing doing on the toss to Lynn Cain. And it's 4th and long. And now timeout called by the Eagles to stop the clock with 4:21 left in the game. Ray Ellis made that last tackle. They've got to get the ball back. They need a couple of touchdowns to win it, and they'll receive this punt. Dale Hatcher punts, and the Eagles have to let it go, and the Rams batted back into the field of play. It's picked up by the Eagles and returned out to the 16-yard line. A very alert play by the Philadelphia player who had been back there originally, Evan Cooper. Mike Wilcher batted it back. Oh, Wilcher made the tackle after it was batted back. And now the Eagles have 4:08 remaining, and they start. Where are they putting that ball down? At their 16.
You know, Jack, right now with the game the way it is, they're running out of time. I would try to do something that would disjoint that defense and possibly entertain the idea of going without a huddle. Go into a 2-minute offense with 4 minutes left in the game. They got to score twice.
It's about the only thing they haven't tried with this young quarterback, Randall Cunningham. He's throwing. And he goes for it all. And Irvin intercepts with a great play. Now here's Gary Green. Stayed right with it all the way. Returns to midfield, and he is taken down at the 48. That's the 6th Philadelphia turnover. Gary Green picks it off. He had one last week against Denver. Boy, he played that ball beautifully, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. He certainly did. But he threw that a long way and was up in the air in a long time. And a defensive back, once the ball is up in the air, can cover about 20 yards. Here you see Green watching the ball come down. It's a little short. Intended for Mike Quick. He makes the interception, brings it back to about the 49-yard line. And again,
watch how he puts the ball away, Hank. He didn't want to lose it. As soon as he knew he was
he knew exactly what he wanted.
He just went down.
He was satisfied for his team to have the ball.
There's Ron Jaworski wondering if he could have done better today. Peter Brock has played all the way for the Rams. Gives the ball to White. Shows legs moving and gets to the 45. He got 4. And Byron Darby made the tackle. How would you grade the young quarterback Randall Cunningham today?
For the first game, Jack, you put him in there with the idea he's going to make a lot of things happen, create a lot of excitement. He threw the ball 31 times for 204 yards, made a lot of mistakes, which you'd expect. But it's not a question of if he's going to be a good quarterback. It's a question of when. And that's why they're playing him. And a lot of people say, well, why don't you put in Jaworski at this stage of the game or put him in earlier? They're committed to this young guy. They think they can win with him on a projected basis, and this is what they're going to do, and hope that he's going to get better and better every week.
I'm sure he'll play next week against Washington. On 2nd down and 7, the running play gets modest yards with Darby and Brown making the tackle.
You know, the thing about the Eagles, Jack, is the fact that they've played 2 games. They haven't concluded 2 games yet, but they've in the process of doing that, and they haven't scored a touchdown yet in the 1985 season.
That's right, and that's what Marion Campbell was saying last year. He said, heck, my kicker was getting all the points. And we wanted to do something else. There is the head coach of the Eagles. And if things stand as is, he'll be 0-2 at the end of the day. 3rd down and 5.
They got 3 ends in the ball game, 3 tight ends. Oh, Hunter got a beautiful block that time.
And a first down.
Beautiful block on Herman Edwards. Tony Hunter really came in motion to the left side and really got a beautiful inside-out block on Herman Edwards.
And there's a flag down back upfield.
Herman Edwards, number 46, to right corner.
Jerry Markbright is the referee.
Holding on Tony Hunter. Let's see what they call.
Wait a minute, what was the down? Third down. What down will it be?
Illegal use of the hands against the Rams. It may have been that block that you saw by Hunter.
Illegal use of the hands, number 87.
That's who it was.
Third down again.
Tony Hunter was in motion to the left side. No wonder he got a good block. Here he comes. Watch him. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he got the hook on his arm. Yeah, he got the squeeze on him. Put him in a vice, and that's why they call the penalty.
And it moves the ball back to the Los Angeles 46 with 2:11 left in the game. And the Rams can't let the clock run down to the 2-minute mark, and that's what they'll do. Okay, 2 minutes left in the game. Rams facing 3rd and 15 when we resume, and they have the ball at their own 46-yard line. Looks like they're home free as Los Angeles leads by the score of 17-6. Close-up look at Eric Dickerson. He'll commence his negotiations Tuesday with the Rams to try to resolve things, and will start playing and will not leave the football team this year.
And the other thing, I think Johnny Robinson has to feel good about the fact that, you know, if somebody would have told him before the season, hey, you're going to play the first 2 games without Eric Dickerson, and you're going to win 2 games, boy, he'd have lit up like a Christmas tree, and that's what he's done. He's got to feel good about that, to win 2 without Eric Dickerson at the halfback position.
You would call this game sluggish, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I think no question about it, it's sluggish, but it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, when you fly home, you've got to win, right?
That's right. The only thing that matters is that you emerge victoriously, as they say, and that's the only thing that matters. Win the game. That's it. Win the game. And that's what they've done.
You sound like Al Davis.
Well, I got to put on baby.
Win the game, baby.
Al says, win the game, baby. That's all.
From the 46.
And he's right. That's all that's important.
White. It's up to run when they know you're not going to throw the ball. That was a 3rd down play. And now the Rams will punt it and turn things over to their defense. We had a play early on with about 12 minutes left in the game on that long pass downfield by Cunningham. And timeout call by Philadelphia. And that stops the clock with 1:55. And the Eagles, who were trailing at the time 10-6, at a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Cunningham fumbled the ball, and there's Mike Gilman with his right leg in a cast. A long flight home for him. He was hurt early on after carrying the ball only twice, and a twisted knee was the story that we got on him. Let's hope that the cast is only preventive.
And there's Dennis Hara. He's also got a problem with the leg. It's all bandaged up, and I think Bill Bain was also injured earlier in the game with a bad bruise in his thigh, it looked like. But I'm sure that none of them are serious enough to keep him out next week.
When this game is over, you folks will see either Atlanta against the 49ers or the Giants trying to stay undefeated with their game at Green Bay. Here's the punt by Hatcher. He hangs it high so as there will be no return. A fair catch is called for and taken on the Eagle 13-yard line by Evan Cooper. Now the Eagles have 1:47 to try to get 2 touchdowns, which is what they need. That was a 35-yard punt, and that's all Hatcher wanted.
And in this kind of a situation with the field position the way it is, Jack, you got to be careful. You know, they're going to wing it now, and they got to be careful they don't make another mistake and provide the Rams with an opportunity to get another score. That happens a lot of times in this particular kind of a situation.
It's strange, isn't it, for all of his throwing and all of his running and scrambling, no touchdowns.
No touchdowns, that's right. They played well enough defensively. This is a good defensive team, Jack, but they just can't generate anything offensively. There he goes again.
He looks like he's at Hollywood Park as he runs it out to the 25-yard line.
You know, one thing about him, you know, he gets hit from all angles, and he's got enough presence to make sure he hangs on to the football. He got hit from behind that time by Reed, and he's been hit several times and always keeps rushing the ball.
Hurry up offense. Drops it off short, which the Rams are willing to give up. And it is taken in by Spagnola, the tight end.
I think that's the first ball he's caught all day, isn't it?
It is. Well, second, I think.
Second?
And they have added John Good as a tight end here with Philadelphia. This is second down and 4. And the receiver tried to toss the ball out of bounds. A flag goes down. What was Spagnuolo thinking about? That was only second down. It would have been 3rd and 1, and he pitched the ball.
I think he thought he was going to stop the clock. I think that's what he did,
Yeah.
Jack. He tried to stop the clock.
The referee's taking charge, and he said, "Oh no, we're not going to let him get away with
I'm
that."
not going to buy that routine. No, wasn't a very good actor on the play. If he's going to do that, he's got to be more discreet.
Too many people watching.
Too many folks.
Forward pass, number 88, offense, 5-yard penalty. The down counts. We're going to run 10 seconds off the game clock.
Boy, he really stuck it to
Before the
him,
ball
didn't
is
he? Take
snapped.
10 seconds off the clock, a penalty,
A 5
and the
yard.
down counts
And the down counts.
for an illegal forward pass.
Trying to stop the clock.
44 seconds left, so it doesn't really matter. Marion Campbell, the head coach, is saying, I didn't think I'd really have to tell my people not to do that.
That's when you make a mistake, when you think you don't have to tell them.
It's 3rd down and 8. So they lost the down, they were penalized, and they took 10 seconds off the clock. And the clock is running on this 3rd down play. Rams leading 17-6. They need 8 on this 3rd down play. Jump ball intercepted. And another turnover. Johnny Johnson gets one. He wants to stay in bounds. He even wants to try to score. And he is out of bounds with 14 seconds left in the game.
Well, that's what usually happens, Jack. You throw. They know it. They got all those people back there worrying about the pass. The ball ricochets, especially if you throw it in the middle area, bounces up. You got an interception. They could wind up maybe getting another 7 points.
Guess who made the tackle? Cunningham.
Cunningham.
That's the 7th turnover by the Eagles today. The 4th intercepted. 3 fumbles, 4 intercepted.
Here you see the ball thrown high, bounces up into the air. Johnny Johnson comes up with it.
That was Garrity, the intended receiver.
Yep. Goes to the inside. Garrity's in hot pursuit, misses him. He goes over to the right side. Now he goes down the sideline.
46-yard return by Johnny Johnson.
Wilshire gets a good block, a piece of a block going down the sideline. And he's finally
Here comes
knocked out
the
of bounds by
quarterback.
Cunningham, number 12.
He's all over the joint. Now it's 1st and goal at the 4. We'll see if the score stays as is. Charles White, and he got to the goal line, but not over. And unless they stop the clock, that will be the final play of the game. Well, the Rams don't want to rub it in. Mr. Robinson is a gentleman. He said, let's let it stand as is, and the Rams are 2-0, and the Eagles are 0-2, 17-6. For Hank Stram, this is Jack Buck saying so long from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Final score is 17-6 for the undefeated Rams. Stay tuned now for the second game of our doubleheader, where you'll see either the New York Giants against the Green Bay Packers or the Atlanta Falcons taking on the San Francisco 49ers. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this word from your local station.